Well, good afternoon. So I'm here for BARK Avenue and we are in our shelter in place order, and we are going to learn how to groom. And I could be grooming at the shop, but I didn't figure that would help you guys much, so I set up a spot here in my home. We're going to learn how to groom our dog, and best place today we're going to learn where to groom. Okay, so just so you're aware, you can purchase gift certificates for your future grooming at PayPal, BARK Avenue Grooming, if you would like to go ahead and do that. So you make sure that you have your gift certificates lined up for when we are no longer shelter in place and you want to go ahead and get your dog groomed. You can also contact me for Zoom conference training for your dog, or we are doing Pearson Park for training, obviously observing the social distancing that is needed. You can contact me. You can see that also in the comments at 760-265-3309, or at Facebook, on Facebook at Basics Assistance Dogs. So if your dog needs a trim and a tidy up, and let me go ahead and show you what I've got going on here. So because Obi is just so excited. So let me flip it around for you to be able to see. And this is what I've got set up. So I have just a sturdy table out here on my patio, and I have, this is a laundry rack. So you might need to get creative. I'm not saying that you have the same setup that I do, but I tried to make it as friendly as possible. This is Obi. Obi, say hi. And we have Little Bear. Oh, Little Bear, say hi. And these are ours that we have here at the house. And I wanted to make sure it was something that was easily accessible to you as well. So that's what I have as a setup here. And for you to be able to use something similar to that when you have your setup at home. So you may not, if your dog needs a trim or a tidy up, I can't read this far away. You could book him an appointment at BARK Avenue Grooming, but obviously you can't do that because we're in a pandemic situation, right? So if you need to do this, you might need to attempt to do your grooming at home. So it's quite simple to groom your dog at home if you have established basic training with your dog to begin with. We will be helping with both because it's necessary for you to not only be able to groom your dog safely, but for them to be able to understand what you want and to be able to train them to do what you need them to do in your own home. And that helps them to be a functioning member of your family as well. So in these tutorials, we'll explain the basics you need to know if you're going to plan to try and groom your dog at home on your own. We'll discuss the best tools for the job, the right way to brush and cut, and how to make sure the whole process goes safely and smoothly for you and your dog. We can also make sure that you give the post a read through as you look for a flat and sturdy surface for your dog to be able to be groomed on. As you can see with what we've got set up here, again, let me go ahead and show it to you if you've missed it. This was, again, just a laundry rack, and it's one of those drying where you can hang your clothes to dry. And it's a sturdy surface that we have here. I would never groom the two dogs together. These are just an example of some of the straps that I have purchased. You may find different things that you could use in your own home, leashes or whatever. But what is important is that the dogs are able to be secured to the flat surface so that when you do your grooming, that they are safe and that you are safe. We want to make sure that it's a good experience for everybody. So in order to do that, we want to make sure that everybody is has got themselves set in place so that they can do that safely and securely. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to always add them in at the bottom. Even if you didn't catch this live, we'd love to be able to answer any questions you may have. The whole goal was that you would be able to come in live and ask questions as we're doing this. And if you missed it, again, go ahead and just add in your questions and we will address those questions as they come up. But again, you want to make sure that you have a good grooming surface to start with. And so tomorrow we are going to be looking at grooming tools that you will be needing. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon, we'll be doing these tutorials. So again, this is your homework for until Wednesday, is to find a nice sturdy surface that you would want to groom on and some straps that you can secure your dog to so you would be able to do that. And this may be inside your home. It may be anywhere that you find that you could be able to set your dog up for success and a good grooming experience for you as well. that's our goal, is to be able to help you be successful and help your pet to be safe and help it to be a good experience for everybody. So I hope this was helpful. Again, we will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, and please add in any questions or comments you may have, and we will address them on our next tutorial. Thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon. So we are back, and we're going to be doing some videos on grooming tools here with BARK Avenue Grooming. Since we're in the shelter in place, the videos are here in our homes. So this video is going to give you some ideas on what to do for grooming tools. So to purchase any gift certificates for future grooming, you can always do that through PayPal at BARK Avenue Grooming. That'll get you on top of things for when we're no longer shelter in place and we're able to do grooming at the shop. To do dog training and Zoom video conferencing or at Pearson Park, you can always contact me at 760-265-3309 or at Facebook at Basics Assistance Dogs. Okay, so to start off for grooming tools, again, yes, last time we talked about having your dog secured, and now he is secured enough. I mean, we do this all the time, so he's not going anywhere. This is Obi, and Obi is going to be demonstrating some of our grooming that we're going to be doing today. Again, we started last time with Monday on having a good sturdy surface. This is just a clothing rack that you can get at Walmart, and this is just a good sturdy table. Alrighty, so the first thing you would want to do is have the right brush or comb. So as far as brushes or combs, they come all different, and this one is good for a short-haired dog. It's a rubber. As you can see, it's got good handles on it, and it just helps you to be able to remove any dead skin and loose hair that you want to get off the dog. On Friday, we're going to be talking about brushes and combs for longer-haired dogs. For a longer-haired dog, you might want something like this. It's a rake. Looks like a rake. It's a great tool to be able to get down to the skin and pull out those mats, because those are very important to get out. Another one is, this is by Andis, and it's got these little hooks at the end, if you can see them. It's really good because it doesn't scrape the skin, but it gets down to the mat and helps you to get those mats out of the skin. It's super important for you with a long-haired dog to remove all of those mats and tangles when you brush, because if you're only brushing the top, you're leaving all those mats on the skin, which can cause a lot of pain and discomfort to your dog. Many of you have brushes like this or like this, where there's the little bristles, and you just brush the top and you think you're doing fantastic, but you're neglecting the mats that are down to the skin. And we want to make sure that we get all of those out. So this is just some of the brushes and tools that we would use, and we're going to be having a different dog on Friday. Marvin will be here. He's one of our basics assistance dogs that we are training. He has completed his board and train and is up for adoption, so you'll get to meet him on Friday. And I think you met him in one of our previous videos as well. Alrighty, the next thing we have is scissors. Scissors are super important. Thanks for the love. Thank you, guys. Good morning, Griselda, or good afternoon, Griselda. Glad that you're with us. The next important thing would be scissors. Scissors are important, but they're not the most important thing. I think the first thing everybody reaches for on a long-haired dog, not so much a short-haired dog, are the scissors. And you really need to make sure that you know what you're doing before you reach for those scissors. There's lots of different scissors that you can get. You can get scissors in packets. They have a bundle that you can get on Amazon of many different scissors. They have curved ones that look like this. See that? And they have straight ones. They have the ones that are like this. They're called thinning shears. And you can get a bundle of those for pretty cheap, especially since it's not something you're going to be doing all the time. And we're going to be talking more on how to use scissors on Friday with Marvin, because he's got more hair than Obi does. So those are just some of the scissors you might want to be looking for. So homework for this week is making sure you have the right brushes and tools for your dog. This would be great for a short-haired dog, but for a long-haired dog, you definitely want something more like a rake or the Furminator, okay, to get down and get all the mats out of the skin, okay? So those are important as far as brushes. The next one would be scissors, and a scissor kit would do great for you. an inexpensive one goes for about $25 on Amazon. So that's a great idea for you to be able to get, to be able to come along with us and help, and we can help you be able to groom your dog better at home for yourself. Now, as far as clippers, a lot of people love to reach for the clippers as well. And clippers are not necessarily the first thing you want to reach for. Though you can get a inexpensive set of clippers. This is not the shop set. This is the set I had before I started grooming for Griselda at Bark Avenue. I think it was like 25, 30 bucks. And it will do for you at home to be able to groom your dog at home. And we will be talking about some of the techniques and things that you can do for that. It's fine. If you decided something, and with this, the head stays on. You can see that it has screws right here that you keep on there. And then what you do to get different lengths. Right now. Sorry about that. What you would do for these, for this inexpensive set, is you would just attach the different guard combs to it to be able to get a different cut. So it would snap on just like that. So this would give you a better way to be able to cut, to maybe not cut all the hair off the dog. And it's an inexpensive set. You can definitely get that for like 25, 30 bucks. Now, if you decide this is something you want to do and you want to keep up on your long-haired dog, then the set we have at the shop is Andis. And as you can see, it looks a lot different than the other set. This Andis set is a little more expensive. They run you anywhere starting at $80, anywhere up to $250. The difference is, in order to get the different cuts on a more expensive blade, you switch out the blade. So for this, you would be putting on a different blade and popping it in place. Now, when you get to a point where you want it to have longer hair than what these blades are, you would put on a very specific blade. There's a 10 blade. And then you would pop on these longer attachments, guard combs, and they would give you a longer cut. So this is different in that you're popping off the head and you have guard combs to add to it. The other was different in that the head stayed on. This one, again, these are more expensive, and this makes the ones that we use at the shop. So if you're looking at maybe wanting to continue to try and groom your dog a little bit on your own, that might be a better investment for you. Alrighty, so this is the one I really wanted to talk about, is shampoo. Shampoo is super important, because if you get a shampoo that is, if you don't wash out the shampoo, shampoo is something that'll build up on your dog. It causes the dandruff, it causes the dry skin. So there's all different kinds of shampoo that you can get, but there's things that you can do to help you not have to shampoo as much. And I just wanted to show you what you could do. Now, wipies I know are like, are so expensive right now, but you could do and get the same effect with just a washcloth. And what I was recommending for you guys to be able to do, you can get a spray bottle and you could dilute any one of the shampoos you may have. This is a more expensive brand. It's got coconut smell. These are Walmart brands. This one's a whitening shampoo. This one, you're just adding water, which I don't know what other shampoo you don't add water to. I guess a dry shampoo. So any one of these, if you dilute it in a water spray bottle, maybe 1 cap and then 1 to 10, so fill it up 1 part shampoo and the rest with water, then it'll give you a good cleaning solution for you to be able to spray on and wipe off your dog. Now that can be used, or what I do is just use a wipey. And I want you to see the amount of dirt that comes off of your dog if you just maintain him as he comes in. We don't have our dogs on dirt. Our dogs are always on AstroTurf. And there is a small amount of dirt that encircles his little area. So I just wanted to show you how much dirt can come off if you just wipe off their paws. And now if you don't wipe off their paws every time they come in, I'm a little OCD, so my dogs get wiped off every time they come in. You may find that, you know, it's not such a big deal, but right here, we're pulling off a ton of hair. I'm pulling off dirt, and all that hair and dirt would be coming into my house. Now, when I have this wipey already off, I wipe down their face, I wipe down their skin, their coat, And this just cuts down on the dander. It cuts down on the amount of time that you need to get the dog groomed. I wipe down, you know, the sanitary area. So all of that dirt is not coming into my house. And it will help you with allergies. Allergies are big right now. So it's important that you're monitoring and keeping track of your dog's dirt intake that they're bringing in. I was going to bring in the other one as well. So I'm going to switch him out and put him outside. And we have Little Bear. Little Bear also didn't get wiped down before I brought her back in, just so I could show you the amount of dirt that comes in with the dogs. It's super important that they stay clean as well. They get allergies just as much as we do, and so if you're not keeping track of their the dirt that's coming in on them, you know, it's not good for them either. People always talk about how their dog is itching and stuff like that. And a lot of times it's the pollens and the grasses in the area that cause the dogs to itch, not necessarily what they're eating. And we were also at the park today as well. So we just wipe down paws, and a lot of the time it doesn't seem like they're really dirty. But you know what? This dog sleeps in bed with me, and we have caught little dirty paw prints in our bed. And it's important that you keep track of that. You keep track of all that allergen and that dirt that's going into your house. And it just cuts down on the amount of allergen that you bring in. And it keeps the dog cleaner. And if the dog is cleaner, then it doesn't have to get groomed as much. Not that we don't want to groom your dog, but at this point in time where we're sheltering in place, everybody wants to keep their dogs as clean as possible, right? So that's just a great way for you to avoid having to shampoo as often, is keeping your dog clean. The other thing that we can do is to make sure that we wipe down and we do the diluted shampoo. That was pretty much it as far as today. Tomorrow we're going to be, or Friday, we're going to be talking about washing your dog, and that's when we have Marvin. These dogs don't get their shampoos and very often just because of their dry skin that they can get because their coats are so short. We recommend the short hair breeds. They probably don't need to get, especially if you keep them as clean as we do, they don't need to be bathed more than once. It actually says every 3 months. I would do maybe once a month. But when I do that, another thing that you can do is use dry shampoo. They have dry shampoo for dogs. This is a more expensive one. It came from TJ Maxx. It was my daughter's. You would just spritz a dry shampoo on your dog. It gives a great smell. And it also helps to eliminate that need for a shampoo as often, especially on dog breeds that are short-haired. So it takes off a lot of the dander, and it helps to give you a better smell. At BARK Avenue Grooming, we use Scentsy, and Scentsy has 4 different types of dog deodorizing spray. So we recommend those as well. My husband is a Scentsy consultant, so if you're looking at possibly getting a good smell that'll last you throughout this shelter-in-place order, let me know and we can get you one of those. So those are just some ways that we've thought of for you to be able to get you through this time. We understand that everybody likes to get their dogs groomed. It's maybe not something that you want to do personally, but it's definitely something that you can do at home to the best of your ability and be able to keep up your dogs so that they can stay as clean as possible and better to coexist with you. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know. Put them in the comments. We'd love for you to be able to interact with us. You're more than welcome to ask questions during the videos. I'm hoping to get more interaction as time goes on. I see that there's a lot of people watching, but I don't have any comments or questions. So feel free to ask comments and questions as we're doing this, and feel free to add any comments or questions on the page so we can do tutorials that will best answer your questions. So we thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you on Friday where we'll be talking about washing your dog. So thanks so much. Good afternoon. So we're here with Marvin. Want to look at the camera, Marvin? This is Marvin. We're here to learn how to wash your dog. Now, you may notice that I don't have any soap and water out, but we will have a video at the end that shows us washing and drying up dogs. Just so you're aware, you can purchase gift certificates for future grooming, and we're going to be doing a fundraising drive for placement fees for Marvin and Chewy. We'd love to get them into homes. They have already completed the board and train, So we're going to be doing a fundraising drive, and if you want to be able to donate towards that, you can go to paypal.me, BARK Avenue Grooming, and donate towards their placement fees. You can also do Zoom mobile interactive video dog training with me. You can locate me on facebook.com, Basics Assistance Dogs. And then we also have Scentsy Deodorizing Spray. This is our Scentsy Deodorizing Spray that we use on the dogs at the shop. And there are 4 different kinds that you can get in regard to the different smells that Scentsy carries. My husband is a Scentsy distributor. You can go to senseformen2.scentsy.us, and all those links are on our comments section. It's a good idea to wash your dog before grooming him, meaning brushing or clipping or anything you're going to do, especially if his coat is dirty. But if you plan on keeping the majority of its hair, it's probably preferable to shave it first if you're not going to keep the majority of their hair. So you would want to possibly shave him if you were going to try and keep him bald. Like, you know, we're just done with all this hair and we're going to want to get rid of it. We're not going to want to keep it, so there's no reason to wash it. But if I'm going to keep all his hair, then I would wash him first and then groom him after. Many of you maybe don't have the, courage to groom all that hair off, and I totally understand that. So if that's the case, you just need to make sure that whatever you feel like doing, you make sure that you get it done completely and safely for the dog. So as you can see, we again have the dogs tethered on a secure surface. We always want to make sure that that happens. Depending on the size of your dog, it may be best to wash him outside. For this size dog, I would probably wash him in my sink, or I'd get a tub here to put on the table, and I would bucket water into the tub, wash him, and then rinse out the water and bucket some clean water on him. Why, you may say? I've had a herniated disc in the past, and I do whatever I can to take care of my back, as well as many of you should as well. So it is very important to have your dogs tethered. Always have them tethered for your safety and the dog's safety as well. A controlled dog will understand you're in control and settle faster. An uncontrolled dog will feel that if they thrash about enough, that they may be able to get free, and your tweaked back during a health crisis is probably not ideal, okay? So take care to wash all the shampoo out of your dog's coat and allow him to dry completely before brushing him, depending on the dog's coat. We're going to show a video in just a few seconds about different drying techniques. So you may brush while you dry. It depends on the type of dog that you have. A short-haired dog. This is my short-haired dog. My little, where's your little? This is my short-haired dog, Little Bear. So this dog with this short coat is going to dry fairly quickly. There's no need to put her under a long time under the dryer. She's going to dry in probably 5-10 minutes. A longer haired dog such as Marvin is going to take, well, anywhere from a half hour, 45 minutes, especially if you're using a basic dryer that you have at home. Those dryers are not industrial dryers. I did have a client that suggested maybe using their shop vac and turning it so it does the blower feature. That's probably as close to a dryer strength that you can get at home as comparable to the ones that we have in the shop. With that type of dryer, it might take maybe 20-30 minutes to dry the dog. But again, if you're wanting to keep all this hair, you would be drying him completely and then grooming him after that. Now, we are going to see in the video that if your dog needs to be de-shed, a de-shed means a Husky, an Akita, some Labs, some German Shepherds, etc., those longer type of coated dogs. They may need to be brushed out while they're dried to assist in the de-shed process. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you. I'm going to just put the video up to your screen so you can see it. But the link will also be on the live stream as well. And so you can see what this looks like, okay? So basically if you're drying or if you're washing, that's in the sped up view, of course. You're not going to be able to do that back quickly at home. But this is at the Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply is still open. And this is in our shop. This is Maria. She is drying a poodle. Now this poodle is got hypoallergenic hair, but she's using 2 dryers at the same time because of the size of the dog. Now this is one of our de-shed procedures. And as you can see, We are using that rake comb as we de-shed the dog and dry it because of the amount of hair that needs to come off that dog. So depending on what you need to do, depends on what you need to use and how long it's going to take. These are supposed to be interactive tutorials, so I am open to any kind of questions or comments you guys have. If you're not able to see this live and you have a question or comment, please feel free to add it in and we'll get back to it and make sure we do a video tutorial on it later. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and if you missed any of the videos from this week, we're going to be putting them together in one YouTube link. It'll be on our YouTube channel, so you can get all the videos at once and be able to see what you missed and what you can go back and look at again. So thank you so much for joining in. Again, we look forward to raising the funds to be able to place these guys free of charge. If anybody is willing to give to their placement fees, we're excited about that as well. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on Monday, noon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.